Hey guys, Nicole Berry here with Keller Williams Realty. Today on my weekly update, I just wanted to talk a little bit about listings and two major things about them. One, I wanted to talk about what do you do when you find out that you just went on a listing appointment and you did not get the listing? What do you do next to continue to build your business? And then secondly, when to say no to a listing. And I know you might be saying, Nicole, you're a new agent. You can't really afford to say no to a new listing. That's kind of your bread and butter, right? And in general, I would say yes. In every situation that you can, that you should try to win those listings and take them, especially if you're building your business and you want to be able to have something to stand on. But there are times that you would probably want to say no to a listing, and so one of those reasons would be if you go into a listing appointment and your seller and the seller that you're interviewing with or speaking with is very staunch about their listing price, and you know that the listing price that they're saying they're not going to go under at all under any circumstance is above where your comps say it is. And so when you go in to a listing appointment, you need to make sure that you have done the full comps, not just a quick CMA, the full comps, taking into account the condition of the house, the upgrades of the house in comparison to houses that have closed, hopefully within the last 6 months, pretty close in the same neighborhood, or as close as you can, comparables that are as close to your subject property as possible. And when you go in there knowing what the comps are and knowing what the market says your this house should sell for, and your listing person, your seller says no way, they're not going under any circumstance, and it's really high above, $10,000, $15,000 above where you're saying that might work, or even more, that might be a time where if even if you get offered that opportunity, you may just want to say no. Someone who is very rigid and not going to work with you is someone that you don't want to work with, because the main goal is to get this home sold for the most amount of money that it can. Now, if a seller thinks that it's worth more and they're not willing to listen to you as a professional, say that this is where I believe it is after my research and watching the market, if they really think that this is something that they know better than you, then maybe it would be worth your time to, or maybe it wouldn't be worth your time to stay with it and to have this like power struggle. Also, if you know that there are some things, if the seller tells you some things about the house that would make it unsellable, that would make it very, very difficult to sell, that's something that you may want to have to consider. Maybe you don't want to have to deal with all the work and the effort and the liability that it would take to try to get that house sold on the regular market, and you may want to just refer that out to somebody else who might be more experienced with that sort of thing, or just more willing to put themselves out there. You know, as I am going through my business and learning, I am learning so much that people will sell themselves out just to get the listing. And personally, that's not the way that I work. I want to make sure that it's a good fit for both of us, my side and the selling side, or my side and the buying side. And so there have been times where I've thought I need to probably say no to this listing if I get it. And so that's just a quick tip. There's other reasons why. In the comments below, if you are an agent, or maybe you're a new agent, maybe you're a seasoned agent, maybe you are a home seller, what are some other reasons why? Put in the comments below why you think an agent would say no to a listing. What are some of your thoughts on that? And then the second thing I want to talk about was just when you go in for a listing appointment, maybe you've gotten a referral and they are interviewing, 2 or 3, 4 different agents, and then they call you and say, you know what, we chose somebody else. And instead of just tucking your tail and running, I would just love to suggest this. Take an extra second, take a deep breath, and just ask them, hey, I would love, I thank you very much for the opportunity to get to meet with you. Thank you for the opportunity to interview for the position of selling your home, and I am excited for you to be able to sell it. If you don't mind, would you share with me maybe 1 or 2 things that set the person that you chose apart from me? and I'm just trying to build my business. I'm trying to build and grow all the time, and so I'm always looking to improve, and any suggestions that you have would be really beneficial to me. And then just listen. Sometimes they will tell you, things that you really can work on, and then those would be awesome tools in your toolbox. Sometimes they will say, you know what, the other person said they were going to pay for an entire staging of my house, and they were going to pay for it to be repainted, and they were going to pay to have it surveyed and measured, and they gave me a better price. They thought I could sell it for a better price, and those are things that you may not have wanted to do anyway. So when it comes to like staging and stuff, especially if a seller is hesitant to want to come down on their price and are not willing to like really move or budge, you may not want to invest that kind of money into staging their house. Or if they've got like really bad paint colors all through the house, or horrible things that are going to be hindrances to it selling, you may not want to be the one to put your money up front. In those situations, you can, if you are still in the running to be the listing agent, and you can definitely suggest having the seller pay for that at the beginning, and then when the house sells and you're at a closing table, you can reimburse them. That way you're not out of $1,500 for staging on a house that's not actually going to sell because it's not priced right. In this market, it's a seller's market, and so you should take that and say that if a house is priced right, it should sell, and you should use that to your advantage as a listing agent. So thanks for watching my update today. I'm excited about what God's doing in and through my business, and I appreciate you following along. If you have any questions, comments, or things that you'd like to see on a weekly update, make sure to put in the comments. Also, you can like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of the weekly updates, to make sure that you're staying up with what's going on in the market, what's going on in real estate. And if you're a new agent and you want to connect with me, you can catch me at berryteamnc@gmail.com. And that's it. Have a great day. Bye.